Moving on, of course, to all the developments that we've been witnessing over the last 24 hours in Goa, where despite securing lesser seats than Congress in the Goa elections, the BJP appears to have won the war for the coastal state's throne. BJP, which had won only 13 seats as compared to Congress's 17, staked claim to form the government with support of the Maharashtra-Wadi Gomantak Party, the Goa Forward Party and Independents. Meanwhile, the Congress has cried foul that the BJP, which wasn't the largest party in the polls and so lacked public support, has formed the government.
One thing I can promise to the state and my colleagues, that this is a mandate given by the people. Though we fell short of majority, that together we have completed the magic figure of 21.
आपने पूरा चेंज कर दिया, इसको खूब बुलाते हैं आजकल कांग्रेस वाले।
शुरू से जो पार्टियों ने किया है उनकी कंफर्ट लेवल भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ ज़्यादा, कांग्रेस की तुलना में ज़्यादा थी और उनको विश्वास था कि स्टेबल सरकार और विकास करने वाली सरकार हम ही दे सकते हैं, इसलिए उन्होंने गोवा के इंटरेस्ट में।
कहना है कांग्रेस का कि मैंडेट उनको मिला था और आप सबसे कम, माने जो आपकी सीट्स पहले थे उससे भी कम मिले हैं इस बार, फिर भी लोगों का विश्वास कांग्रेस पे था, पर बीजेपी खुद पुटिंग प्रेशर एंड दे आर सेटिंग अप द गवर्नमेंट।
मैंडेट मिला होता तो उन्होंने जाकर गवर्नर के पास अपनी मेजोरिटी स्थापित करनी चाहिए थी। आज इनको पूरा टाइम था। जो पार्टी अपने नेता का चयन नहीं कर सकती 17 लोगों में, उनका यह कहना कि हमको मैंडेट मिला, ये उचित नहीं है।
Let's go across to Rohini Swami, who's joining us live from Panjim. Rohini, you've been tracking all the developments that have been taking place over the last few days in Goa. And over the last 24 hours, certainly we've seen quite a bit of political drama. The BJP really scooping up Goa before even the Congress could blink.
Absolutely, it was as exciting as the Game of Thrones that we have been seeing in Goa, and a lot of people whose hearts are in Goa are returning back, and that includes Mr. Manohar Parrikar now, who is the CM designate of the state. But at the same time, in terms of development, we're also seeing on one side the BJP now has not only decided, not only will they be forming the government, but Chief Minister designate Manohar Parrikar will have to prove his majority on the floor of the House within 15 days of the swearing-in ceremony. Now, the swearing-in ceremony is expected to take place tomorrow after 5 p.m. 5:06 p.m. is the auspicious time that has been kept till around 4:30. It is the inauspicious time of Rahu Kala, and that is why they found a good time later to have the swearing-in ceremony tomorrow. Apart from that, in the Congress front, what is interesting to see is a lot of discussion taking place. Though we have seen the Congress going and attacking the BJP, saying and alleging that money laundering, horse trading has taken place, and a lot of money has been spent to buy out the MLAs, especially the Goa Forward Party and the Maharashtra-Wadi Gomantak Party. But they also looking at introspecting as to what went wrong. It went all right for them when they got 17 seats, but definitely it has gone wrong in terms of the getting themselves to that magic number 21. Let me also bring in out the fact that Vishwajit Rane, who is the son of the veteran Congress leader and former Chief Minister Pratap Singh Rane, coming out in the open and lashing out at the Congress. He's the Congress leader himself, who's won from Valpai, and saying he's not only upset that MLAs are disgusted with the way the Congress High Command has taken this entire decision. So he's looking at exiting from the Congress.
All right, Rohini, thanks for joining us with those updates. And even as, of course, we talk about the kind of criticism that's coming from the Congress, the latest that we hear is that Manohar Parrikar will take oath as the Goa's next Chief Minister at 5:06 p.m. tomorrow. India Today has also gotten access to some inside information as far as the portfolio allocation is concerned. Sources have told India Today that a ministry of 12 will be sworn in tomorrow evening at 5:06 p.m. As we pointed out earlier, BJP has doled out at least 6 ministries to allies, 2 each to MGP and GFP and 2 to independents, who ensured its return to power in the state. This is possibly how BJP has managed to appease these regional parties and ensure they come on board. So here's a breakdown of exactly how things will be allotted. Sudhin Davalikar and another leader of the MGP have been promised top ministries in the cabinet. Vijay Sardesai of the GFP has been allotted the Plum Town and Planning portfolio. Senior BJP leader Francis D'Souza has been promised a Rajya Sabha berth for agreeing to vacate his Mapusa seat for Manohar Parrikar. Parrikar will be contesting from there to be chosen as an MLA, so that his appointment as Chief Minister holds and stands the constitutional ground.